Good morning. It's Laura from McNeely Garden Studios. I'm drinking tea this morning. What are you drinking? This is one of my favorite new cups. I got 2 new mugs this year at Christmas time that I just love. And this one is very irregular and it almost has like a lip place here, and it's like the artist just loved it a little before they fired it. I love it. But anyway, today I thought that we could create something that you can put in the mail or just hand it over the table if you're having lunch with girlfriends and spread some love. So we're going to make a Valentine or a Galentine or whatever it is that you want to call it today. But I did put kind of a survey question, and you can find it in the feed. It's right before this one. And I said, well, would you like to see me make a Valentine, a Mardi Gras mask, or a Chinese New Year? This is the year of the horse. And it's very unusual because they rotate the elements of earth, water, earth, wind, and fire, metal, and there's a couple other ones. And it's a really interesting tradition, but this year's fire. And the fire horse is really unique. It only comes around about once last time was 60 years. So one time in my lifetime, I guess. And it's a really exciting movement, energy in the world. It's to light a fire under you, get you ambitious, get you going. But I decided everybody voted and everybody wanted to see all 3 of those things. So I decided that today we're going to do the Valentine. Next week we're going to do the fire horse. And then on the 17th, which is actually Fat Tuesday, which is actually Mardi Gras, we're going to make our mask so you guys can be enjoying that. Good morning, Lori, and good morning, Donna. So we got an exciting February coming. We're going to be making a bunch of things. And if you come on the 17th for the Mardi Gras mask, you better dig out all your beads because I want to see photos of your beads, okay? I have been to New Orleans. I do have beads. I did not earn them. I purchased them. And it was not Mardi Gras when I was there. So that's part of it. But anyway, so we're going to make a Valentine today. And I'm going to show you some color mixing. It's going to kind of be in this palette. I chose this palette today on purpose. And my table's full because it's going to be a mixed media thing. So, all right. So here we go. I'm going to have a sip of my tea in my Create cup. And we're going to go on down here. Ready? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I have a lot of things. I don't know if you've been following me for quite a while, you know that I have trays full of mixed media stuff. And periodically when I need to decompress or I just want to build up my stash, then I will sit down and do things like this. This is some of my tea bags that I took the tea out of. I did purchase this, which is music. This one happens to be my neutral stack. I have tissue paper in it, somatic writing with gold and black. This seems to find its way into almost everything that I do. Butcher paper, ground meat, This was some that I stained with some tea. So you can see it has kind of a different texture. It just kind of rubs some gold paint on there. So I went and got my stash out. I'm gonna put this on top so those don't fly away. And I picked out some things that were about in the right color scheme. Let me move you over so you can see a little. So I really love this peachy pink color. And I had some scrapbooking paper like that. This music is definitely muted. It's gonna go with that. And I just got all these kind of coordinating papers, some of which I've made, some of which came as scrapbooking stuff. I have my distress inks because we're gonna do the edges. I have some glue because we're gonna glue. And usually when you glue, you need some scissors. I have some watercolor paints and I'm gonna show you how to make this color because this color, unless you have a really big set, there's not really one of those colors, not exactly. So we're gonna make this color and just add it. Now, this is my muted palette. This is something that I made, oh dang it. This is something that I have mixed together and I just keep. So you see how watercolor, you can just dry it up, let it dry up, and when you wet it, it's just gonna activate again and it's gonna be perfect. But you see that? That fits pretty well right there. So we're gonna make that color. I think I'm gonna go pick up my glue while I have an opportunity. Okay. Just knocked it right off. So I took just a regular envelope and I did make myself a template just because I believe in making my life easy. And so I folded it in half. So you can take any size envelope. If you don't have one that's going to fit perfect, you can either make your card fit your envelope or make your envelope fit your card. Either one. So what I did with this one was I folded it in half to make sure that I had it in the center, and then I cut it so that the flap would be in the center. Similarly, I did the same thing. I took a piece of cardstock type paper, folded it in half, made my little heart, and it's gonna fit in here just perfect, and it's gonna be centered just perfect because we did these preliminary things. So now, in the meantime, I went ahead and drew this out on this envelope that we're going to use so that it's not folded in the center and it doesn't look like that. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this. And make our envelope the right size. Now you have to consider the fact that you have to glue this back. So it has to be like, look at that, I didn't even get it in the center. So you have to consider the fact that you're gonna have to have some space here to glue, all right? But what I like about this, just put these over here because we're not going to use those just yet. I will save those and we'll put some, I'll put it in my mixed media trays. So what I like about this is now this opens up so we can do whatever it is that we want to do. All right. And I think you will kind of want, if you want, you can get some interesting pattern stuff and I will show you how to do that in a minute with some rubbings, okay? But the first thing we're gonna start with is we're going to make this color. I've already spritzed my paint, but I see it's a little bit dry. And so when you want to make this kind of antique color, we're going to use a pink, or you could use obviously red and white. And we're going to put that, even though that's fluorescent, it's really bright. I'm going to dab it off there. And I'm going to get a yellow, a kind of a darker yellow, and we're going to mix that together. And because I use that neon pink, that is really bright. I believe that's going to be a little, I don't know, looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. Sometimes you just have to try. Let's try a pink of our own and a little bit of a yellow. Now see, that's a little bit softer, oddly enough. On this paper, this is obviously not watercolor paper, this is just an envelope. But on the envelope, it kind of looks brown, where it doesn't look like that in the palette at all. Let me see if you're chatting. Good morning. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this brighter one because I think that looks much prettier, and I think it goes with that better. So there we go. And we're going to start with the envelope because I want it to go ahead and dry. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a vignette here on the front of the envelope. There we go. And just for grins, I'm going to kind of dry brush this. We're going to cover this up a little bit, but I had some extra paint, so we're going to use that. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. I'm going to use my template, and I'm going to choose what color. Ironically, do you see that this is kind of a darkish red and yellow together? So obviously it blends because those are the same colors. And we can actually use that to our advantage if we want. You can hold it up to the light and see where, I think we might do that actually. Very nice. So I'm holding it up to the light so I can see where I might want to put these birds. I think maybe like that. So I'm going to draw this on here. Make it a little template. There's nothing wrong with using a template, you guys. And which one do you think? I think those are a little busy. I really do like that one. So of these three, which one do you like with these birds? You guys have an opinion? We have the one with the words, the sponge, or the stripe. You guys have an idea? Let's see. I love the yellow with the pinks, me too. The middle one. Donna says the sponge. All right. I don't often do that, but Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out so I can see where the line is. You guys be thinking of a sentiment I can write on here, or we can just write love and then write on the back, you know, what we want to tell our Valentine, right? You guys are going to see a theme this year. Coming up is the workshop Pink Promise, and it is all in very muted tones. That's very on trend this year, and I just keep coming back to it. I just keep showing you guys how to do it. And there's theory behind it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this, and I'm going to glue it on the back of this so that I get all the edges, because I don't want my edges coming up. And we're going to pop it right on the back of this. I'm going to kind of, well, I was going to get it closer to the edge so I wouldn't waste any, but it stuck itself. And you can push it down. If you have one of these fun things, you can do that. Look what a difference these made. I really like the electric pink. It's very pretty. Okay. And then we're going to cut this out so that it's going to fit into our envelope. Obviously, you will not be seeing muted colors for the fire horse or Mardi Gras mask, because that just wouldn't make sense, and they're not necessarily original designs anyway. So we survived the apocalyptic snowstorm we had for 24 hours here in Central Georgia. I know you guys think that's so silly. Maybe not Donna, because she's in Arizona. All right, here we go. I'm going to go all the way here. And we're going to put some distress ink on the edge just to kind of give it a vintage feel. There we go. And I have several colors. I hardly ever use this one. It's so light. It just doesn't do. And this one is very, very dark. So I almost always use these two. And this one is very similar to the color that we have. So I think we're going to use this darker one. And we're just going to kind of, and if you're not careful, you end up with that. But that does not bother me. That happens with these little things a lot. And just because I'm not being careful enough. But I like it. I like it. I think it looks cool. So we're just going to kind of rub this on here. I notice with larger ink pads, it doesn't happen quite as much. But, and this, if you didn't get, if you didn't cut it right exactly, then it's okay. This covers it all up. Like those little birds. I didn't plan on using those, but that just, that's the beauty in creating on the fly. You just, no pun intended with the birds. But you just see what kind of goes. I think I'm gonna do, you know me and my dots. I gotta have my dots. I'll put them all the way around here. And then we're gonna start working on the envelope. And we're gonna make that vintage, but make it match so that it really looks like it goes together. And when you have this distressed look, this gold really pops, really looks good. Now, did you notice that I skipped down to the center because I want there to be a dot in the exact center? So sometimes, I mean, this is close, pretty much equidistant from each other, but I think I can fit 2 more in here. But if I hadn't, then I might have missed it. So I do tend to, like, if I wanted it to be exactly, then I would kind of do like this, and then I'd go halfway in between there, and I'd go halfway in between here, half again. See how that works? And then pretty soon, you have it exactly. But that one did get round. All right, so it worked out pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here to our envelope, and I think perhaps, I don't think that's big enough, and that'll be big enough here. So I'm gonna use this as a, might as well just get it over. All right, get a ruler so I can straighten this edge. And we're gonna put it on this flap. Okay. You guys still there? All right. Well, that made a colossal mess with that big dab. All right, so we're gonna put this on here. Put it exactly on the fold. So notice I didn't use the exact same paper. It doesn't have to match perfectly, but it does have to blend. So we're gonna cut this. All right. So how about, you think we should put, this is gonna be in here. So we can put a different color or the same color. I think I like it like that. That's nice. Nope, I like that one better. That one's better. So that when they open it, it's gonna look nice. And you wanna do this before you close it because that'll obviously be on the inside. There we go. And one nice thing, this is already glued, so I'm just going to use that right there. at that, y'all. Perfecto, perfecto. I am going to trim this down just a tiny bit, just so it looks nice and even. I want to make sure it's not too small for our Valentine. That is good. I want to make this just a little bit further down. There we go. Okay. And this was the one we used. I'm going to distress the envelope as well. All the way around on both sides. Now, if you are a real junk journaler and you have all the stuff and the stickers, and you could really make this project something else. But you know what? It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that at all. It can be as simple as you want. Your Valentine or your Galentine is going to love it no matter what. I'm going to put this in here as well. And that's what's nice about having this envelope open like this. Go ahead and get all this done where it's easy access. So this way, this looks nice either way. That way or that way. Excellent. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put that we'll do it this way. Okay. I'm not really loving the vignette that I created there. So we're going to do a little bit different, something a little different. I am terrible about eyeballing things. I have cutters. I have all the tools, all the right things, but I just rather do it. Oh, that's gonna be nice. All right, I'm gonna come over here and find my corner cutter, or you can just cut it like I just did with your hand, with your eyeball. But I'm gonna do it with this. And I do it from the bottom so that I can see. Y'all do that? So you can see what you're doing? Yes, I like that. All right, so for the for the address, we're going to put this paper here. And make sure it's on the center, pretty much. We could have distressed the edges there. I think I'm going to put a gold edge to make it all kind of blend. I'm trying to think what this thing is called and I can't remember. I know you know. You can also press down your edges with this. Okay. I would love to put this butterfly on here, but my ink pad has not been doing well. Oh, I think that'll be okay. I like that it's kind of light. And of course, this matches that exactly. So however you want to put it on there is how you lay it on there. Not too bad. It's a little light. It's okay. I should use this darker one that I don't like. That's better. There we go. Very nice. Put those tops on the right one. That would be confusing. Okay. And I'm going to put these gold dots just to make it match. All right, it's quite nice. And I think we'll put them here as well. Nope, I'm just gonna put one, like a button. And I'll come back when that's dry and put some buttonholes in it. How about that? So on here, I think we'll put the sentiment on here. Where you'll be able to write on the part where there's places to write. Okay, we could actually do this too. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Go back and grab those edges and just cut them off. Not too bad though. I like that. All right. I make such a mess with my mixed media. So, lastly, I'm gonna make my envelope. I'm gonna go right here on the edge, only on the bottom part. This is really for scraping paint, but I have found that it works nicely for that as well. All right, so our envelope is ready. We can put our card in here like this, or like this, whichever one you prefer. I think we're just gonna put it in here for now because this is the pardon me. I think just do it like this. We're gonna put the little buttonholes and the little X on there, like the thread's gone through it. You have an extra little surprise there. All right, so I'm gonna bring you back up here. How did you enjoy that? Pretty good. Lots of love, and yes, it's true. So we've got our envelope with the corresponding front and back, and your little card in here. You can do it on either side or draw it in there. So I think sending some love in the mail is really important. Everybody gets bills and they just don't enjoy it. And if you are already in the Art Card of the Month Club, you know that every month I send to your email an already done for you sheet. And this is going to be this month. We have some bonus designs over here, but this is what we did last month. And if you print it out, it's exactly the right size. You see that? So I know those ladies that are in this club, they just have such a good time because it allots you 15 minutes a month. That's it. Just to be creative, give yourself a little something, and be able to put it in the mail and send a little love somewhere. So if you would like to be doing that, just let me know and I'll be happy to get you that. But in the meantime, make your Valentines. Make your Valentines and show me. I want to see your photos. And make sure that you send them to someone who really needs it. Okay. Oh, Terry's there. Hello. So, Laurie's going to try to do this today. That's good. Now, if you don't have the, like I did a lot of this with scrapbooking already made paper. If not, you can make, like this one is something I made with stencils and stamps. These are things that I use for rubbings. This is just poppy paper. Everyone loves to pop. Bubble paper. Punchinella, which is what they made sequins out of. That would be good for our Mardi Gras witness or Mardi Gras mask. And also cardboard. It's just cardboard. When you put it on there and you can rub it, like this is just a woody. And I rubbed it on this punchinella and see what a beautiful design it came. So just look around your house, find anything that has a design on it, put your paper on there, use a crayon, you can use whatever you want that you can rub on there, and make yourself some of these papers so that you can make a Valentine. So thank you so much for your time today. It took forever, longer than usual, but I'm glad I got to spend some time with you today, and I hope you're warm and safe. Thank you so much for always coming. See you later.